They say a man dies twice, once when his heart stops beating and once when he can no longer get hard. But what if I told you that for millions of men over 60, the first real warning sign of declining health isn't chest pain. It's not memory loss. It's when things start to feel weak, tight, or unresponsive down there. That strange cramp-like pressure in your groin, that dull, frustrating heaviness that makes intimacy feel off. It's not in your head. It's your blood vessels quietly crying out for help. And if you ignore them, they don't just shut down your sex life, they slowly starve your manhood from the inside out. I'm Dr. Lily Morgan, a medical doctor with over 6 years of experience helping men naturally restore their energy, circulation, and vitality. And today, I want to share something that every man over 60 deserves to know. Because what if I told you that the key to stronger erections, better blood flow, and more natural energy isn't found in a pill, but in your refrigerator? Most men blame aging. But in reality, it's something far more preventable. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. In this video, I'll reveal the top 3 scientifically backed foods that help restore circulation down there, reduce that uncomfortable tightness, and make you feel strong, confident, and alive again without medication. And one of them works so fast that some men start noticing a difference within a week. Before we dive in, if you're a man over 60 who wants to improve blood flow, regain control, and age with power, hit that subscribe button, comment below where you're watching from, and let's build a community of strong, informed men who refuse to accept decline as normal aging. Ready? Let's dive in. 1. Beets, the circulation charger. When I first started working in men's health, I didn't think something as humble as a beet could have anything to do with erections. But I started noticing a pattern. My patients who ate beets regularly roasted, juiced, or blended were reporting firmer erections, more stamina, and less of that tight cramping feeling during arousal. It wasn't a coincidence. Beets are loaded with natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a crucial molecule that allows blood vessels to relax and expand. Think of nitric oxide as your body's circulation switch. When blood vessels expand, more blood can flow, especially to the erectile tissue of the penis. But here's the problem. After 60, your nitric oxide levels can drop by more than half. That's when men start noticing sluggishness down there, weaker morning wood, slower arousal, that tight, crampy pressure that feels like something's blocking the flow. That's not old age. That's poor circulation. Beets help reverse that. They act like a natural pump primer, softening stiff blood vessels, improving oxygen delivery, and gently restoring the flow your body used to have without effort. How to use them? Start with a small glass of beet juice in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach. Or add roasted beets to your dinner plate 3 to 4 times a week. Within days, you may notice something subtle, more energy in the morning, better warmth in your hands and feet. And yes, improved responsiveness during intimacy. That's not magic, that's your blood vessels waking up again. But beets are just the start. Because the next food works almost identically to prescription erection pills, except it's completely natural and side effect free. Let's talk about it. 2. Watermelon, the blood flow booster. Most people think watermelon is just a sweet summer fruit. But the truth is, watermelon contains one of nature's most powerful blood vessel relaxants. It's called citrulline, and it's found in high amounts in the white rind, the part most people throw away. When you eat watermelon, especially that white section near the rind, your body converts citrulline into arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide, the same molecule that medications like Viagra target. Except this version comes from nature, no side effects, no dependency. After 60, your arteries, especially the tiny ones that feed the penis, begin to lose flexibility. Citrulline helps them open up again. It relaxes the vessel walls and reduces what I call penile vascular spasm, that dull pressure or tightness some men feel during arousal. Let me tell you about one of my patients, a retired engineer, 68 years old. He told me he'd been blending watermelon smoothies every morning, red flesh and the white rind. 2 weeks later, he reported waking up with firmer, longer-lasting erections, and for the first time in years, that uncomfortable tightness was gone. No drugs. No procedures, just fruit. Watermelon doesn't force blood where it doesn't belong. It gently supports your body's natural rhythm. Try blending it with a squeeze of lemon and a few mint leaves. Not only does it taste refreshing, but it's also one of the most heart-healthy drinks you can make. So far, we've talked about how to open the vessels, but what about fueling them? What about strengthening the inner walls so they stay open and responsive? That's where this next food comes in, and it might just be the most overlooked of all. 3. Pumpkin seeds, the erection mineral mine. I can't tell you how many times I've watched men scoop out pumpkin seeds and toss them away, not realizing they're throwing out one of nature's most potent circulation boosters. Pumpkin seeds are packed with 3 critical nutrients that your manhood depends on. Magnesium relaxes blood vessels and prevents cramping. Zinc supports testosterone production. Arginine fuels nitric oxide, keeping blood flowing freely. Together, these nutrients work like the maintenance team for your blood vessels, keeping them flexible, nourished, and capable of expanding when you need them most. I remember a patient 71 years old, former Air Force pilot. He came to me saying, "Doc, I'm not having trouble with desire, it's just this strange tension in my groin, like it's half awake." I told him, start small. Just 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds a day. Within 3 weeks, he came back with a grin. The tension was gone, morning wood had returned, and he said, "I didn't realize how much confidence I'd lost until I got it back." That's the power of nourishment. You can sprinkle pumpkin seeds on oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or just eat them raw. They don't work overnight, but they rebuild your foundation brick by brick. Now, here's where things get really interesting. When you combine these 3 foods, beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds, something special happens. 4. Why these 3 foods work together. The circulation trifecta. Most men eat healthy foods here and there, but when you combine the right ones, especially those that target the same biological system, their effects multiply. Beets kickstart nitric oxide production. Watermelon amplifies it by relaxing the vessels even further. And pumpkin seeds sustain it by feeding your body the minerals and amino acids it needs to keep that blood flow strong and consistent. It's like rebuilding your circulation system from the inside out. Each food supports the other. And the result? More energy, better sensitivity, improved confidence not just in the bedroom, but in every part of life. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who thought their best years were behind them start feeling like themselves again. No pills, no surgeries, just consistent, intelligent nutrition. So how do you put this into practice? Let's turn this knowledge into a plan you can start today. 5. The one mistake most men over 60 make. Let's be honest. When things start to decline, the first instinct is to look for a quick fix. A pill, a supplement, something that works right now. And yes, medications like Viagra or Cialis can help temporarily. But they don't solve the real problem. They don't rebuild your blood vessels. They don't restore nitric oxide. And over time, they often stop working because the system underneath keeps breaking down. I've seen it happen over and over. Men relying on pills only to find the effect fading and the frustration deepening. Here's the truth. Your penis isn't broken. It's underfed. It's waiting for you to support it from the inside out with nutrients that build strength, flexibility, and blood flow naturally. That's what real healing looks like. And it's why the men who truly reclaim their vitality aren't the ones chasing shortcuts. They're the ones who nourish consistency. So instead of pills, let's talk about rhythm. Let's talk about a plan you can actually stick with. 6. Your 7-day circulation reboot plan. I created this plan for men who want results they can feel without guesswork. Morning. Start your day with beet juice. Even a small glass on an empty stomach helps jumpstart nitric oxide and wake up your circulation before you've had your first cup of coffee. Mid-morning. Blend a watermelon smoothie using both the red flesh and the white rind. Add ice, a squeeze of lemon, and drink it cold. You'll hydrate your body and open up the smaller blood vessels that feed your most sensitive areas. Afternoon or evening snack. Have a handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. They'll deliver the magnesium, zinc, and arginine your system needs to stay strong and responsive. Combine this with drinking more water. Gentle daily movement, even a 15-minute walk helps. And a moment each morning to remind yourself, you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding. Because this isn't about perfection, it's about rhythm. Your body doesn't need miracles, it needs consistency. Follow this for 1 week, and you'll start to notice small signs. Better sleep, more energy, morning erections returning. That's your body saying, "Thank you. I remember how to do this." But before we close, I want to leave you with something deeper, something that goes beyond biology. If you're a man watching this in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, hear me clearly, you are not broken. You are not too old, and you have not missed your chance. I've seen men who thought their best days were gone, men who'd lost confidence, intimacy, and joy rediscover themselves. Not by chasing perfection, but by making one powerful choice: to stop accepting decline as inevitable and to start rebuilding from the inside out. Because this isn't just about erections. It's about identity. It's about reclaiming the connection, vitality, and pride that makes you feel like you. That quiet loss of energy, that subtle fading of confidence, it's not the end of your story. Your body is capable of renewal. Your cells can repair. Your blood can flow freely again. You just have to give yourself permission to believe it. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. Not just for watching, but for showing up for yourself. Today, you learned how. Beets reignite nitric oxide in circulation. Watermelon soothes tight vessels and improves blood flow. Pumpkin seeds rebuild strength and sustain vitality. Together, they form your circulation trifecta, a natural, sustainable foundation for long-term male health. I've seen men smile again after years of frustration, wake up feeling alive, and reconnect with their partners in ways they thought were lost forever. That can be you too. You don't need to turn back time, just move forward with intention, knowledge, and self-respect. There's no age limit on pleasure, connection, or feeling powerful in your own body. So start today. Try the plan. Listen to your body. And remember, this isn't the end of your story. This is where it begins. If this video helped you or gave you hope, drop a comment below and tell me your biggest takeaway. Like this video if it inspired you. Subscribe to the channel for more practical, science-backed health tips designed just for men over 60. Because no matter your age, your best years aren't behind you. They're just beginning. I'm Dr. Lily Morgan, reminding you, small changes can lead to big victories. And your vitality, your confidence, your manhood are worth fighting for.